Good morning guys. So today we're going to be testing out the Flower Beauty Light Illusion foundation. This is a luminous makeup nude skin fill, it says, and I got mine in the color Natural Beige MT. So this is supposed to be a lightweight foundation. Light Illusion is a breakthrough foundation that achieves the impossible. Provides you with the coverage you desire to smooth and perfect while imparting your skin with the most flattering soft luminosity imaginable, all with a weightlessness nude skin fill. It also says it's available in 12 skin perfection shades, which is not enough, everybody knows that. And that is pretty much all that it has as far as information on their website. It doesn't have a way to put it on, but it does have a way to put it on the Flower Beauty website, and it basically just says to put it on with an outward motion type of fill. I've been using this for a while. I've been really trying to get a good feel for this foundation because I really want it to work for me, only because I really do like Drew Barrymore and I wanted to try a brand and I wanted to love it. So let me just go ahead and put this on for you. I already have my primers on. I have the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer on. I also have the Botanical Farms Soft Coverage Pore Balm Filler on, and then I did spray my face with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer, the green scented one. I'm gonna go ahead and just pump a little bit on my little tray. I'm gonna put 2 pumps there. I'll do this side here with the brush and this side here with the blender, and let's just go ahead and get on with it. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just use a Luxie 732 Airbrush foundation brush. This is the one that I got in my Boxy Charm. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pounce that on here. Just load the bristles with that, and I'm gonna go right in. I'm gonna go out like it said, out, brush out and up. It does say it's a lightweight foundation, but it does say that it has buildable coverage. All right, there we go. There's the first side with it on. I am gonna put another pump here because I used up a lot of it there. 2 pumps. Pumps out a very small amount, so it must not be something that you need a lot of. So there's the first side with the brush. I think it did really well with this brush. I don't mind the way it's looking right now. I do feel like it's doing what I expected it to do, which is kind of sitting on top of my skin, which is what it was doing before, what it's always done. So I just wanted to kind of show you that up close here. It's not really sinking into my pores. If you could just focus, it's just kind of sitting up top there. But it doesn't look bad as far as, you know, coverage. It did really well. This is the side without it. This is the side with it. So you can see that it did cover up the redness. So let me go ahead and put the other side on with my Real Technique sponge. So let's do that real quick. Just gonna take my sponge and just kind of go over the other side real quick to see if I can get this to look a little bit better. All right, there's the side with the sponge. I feel like the sponge does a better job of having it maybe sink in a little bit more, but not great. So it is now 6:54 in the morning. I'm gonna go ahead and put the rest of my makeup on. We'll say that this is the time that I went ahead and finished the foundation. I'm just gonna set it real quick with the Peach Perfect foundation. I'm gonna use my damp blender here and set it. I'm not going to use any concealers today because I like to see how the foundation is going to do by itself. So I'll just set all the areas where I would normally get creasy or anything like that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of my makeup on. Like I said, it was 6:55 in the morning, and we'll be back to show you what it looks like with makeup on top of it and tell you if it's moved around or did anything funny. I'll be back in a little bit. Bye-bye. All right, guys, so here's the finished look. So everything goes on really nice with this foundation. That is not an issue for me. I just have an issue with the way that it kind of sits on my face throughout the day, and I'm going to show you that with the check-ins. In about 5 hours, and then again at the end of the day. So I just wanted to kind of pop on here, show you how makeup looked on top of it, tell you what I'm wearing today. So I did put the Peach Perfect powder all over the face to set everything. I did not wear a concealer. I am wearing the Park Princess palette on my face for concealer or for contour and a bronzer, and I did use the white powder to kind of set a little bit under the eyes so that that brought a little bit more light that's in the palette there. Then I am wearing the Laura Geller Baked Blush in Bright in Tropical Hues, and then the Essence Pure Nude for highlight. I'm also wearing some eyeshadows from Stella Grace. That used to be called Feather River Body, but now I believe it's Stella Grace. So I'm wearing her eyeshadows. If you haven't tried out any of her eyeshadows, I strongly suggest that you do. I will leave a link down below to her Instagram. That way you can check out her webpage. She's an indie brand and she does a great job with eyeshadows, and she's a super, super nice lady. So I'll leave a link down. But I am wearing some of her eyeshadows here. I have a couple of them in here, and I have done a full video on that as well, on her eyeshadow. So if you're interested in that, I'll link that somewhere up here. But that's everything that I got on. Oh, I do have a lipstick from Bite Beauty Pepper, and then I did throw a little bit of this Lime Crime Diamond Crusher on top of it, and I can't see the name, it's rubbed off, so it's just the pink one, just a little bit of that, just to give it a little bit of shine. That's everything I have on the face right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and head to work. I'll come back in about 5 hours, show you what it looks like at that point. Then again, I will show you at the end of the day. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in a little bit. All right, guys, so it is 1:20 in the afternoon, so we're gonna be doing our 6-hour check-in. So far you can see I'm definitely getting a little oily in the T-zone area. Let me go ahead and take my blender and just kind of pounce those oils away. This is what I would normally do. And then let's see where we're at here after I do that. So now that the oils have been taken away, you can see where the foundation is kind of starting to break up here and here a little bit. It's definitely building up in my lines in my forehead. You can see foundation in there. I hope it focuses so you can see that there. There's foundation, a lot of foundation building up here, and also emphasizes on dry patches that you may have on your face. I did exfoliate this morning because I knew it was going to do that, and it still does that. Other than that, the foundation looks okay. I don't have very many complaints other than the fact that it does some weird stuff. I did have a subscriber ask me to do a transfer test. So I've got a clean towel here. I'm just going to pat it here on my face, and then we'll see what we got there. So it's definitely not transfer proof, as you can see there. Of course, you know, my oils are mixing in with it and everything else like that. So once your oils start mixing in with this foundation, it's definitely not going to be transfer proof. And I did notice when I was talking on the phone earlier, there was a lot of foundation coming off on my phone as well. It doesn't seem to be, you know, taking away any of the coverage. It just has a lot of transfer. So let's go ahead and do a natural light real quick. You can see that it doesn't look too bad in areas, but it definitely looks foundation-y. I hope you guys can see that. So I'm just gonna kind of pan here so you can see there. So that is my 6-hour check-in. I'm gonna go ahead and finish lunch with my husband, and I'll be back again in another 4 hours. All right, guys, we'll talk to you later. All right, guys, so it is now 6:08 in the evening. I believe we've had this foundation on for a little over 10 hours, like 10 and a half hours or so, almost 11 hours. So as you can see, definitely dewy, which is well expected. I expected to be dewy, especially when I came in from lunch and I was, you know, dewy. I'm gonna just go ahead and take the other side of this blotting sheet and let's blot. You can see where I blotted earlier with it and it did transfer. So let's just blot again and see how much more transfers off. Considering I am very, very oily. And yeah, it's a lot more now this time that's transferred off. So like I was saying this morning, I have a lot of issues with this foundation. It doesn't look bad, not at all. My husband has commented, your face looks pretty today. You look really pretty today. So it looks nice from a distance. For me, you know, I get really up close and personal with foundations. I want to see how it's gonna look in my pores and stuff like that. And for me, it just doesn't like sit right on my skin. I don't know if it's because my skin is, you know, aging and because I have bigger pores and because it's oily that I feel like it just looks funky on my skin. It may look better on other people's skin, you know, younger skin, you know, less oily skin, something like that. But for me, because of my skin texture, you know, the pores and the oldness of it and the oiliness of it, it just kind of sits weird on my skin. So I'll go ahead and just get close so you can see here. It's not as bad as it was earlier in the pores there, or in the lines. Here, you can see how it definitely disappeared from under my glasses, but that, you know, I expected that because of the way it was coming off on the tissue paper earlier. You can see it definitely faded away here and definitely faded away here, and then it's really gathering in the nose area there, like that and that. You can see it there. It's really gathering there. It didn't really go away here and here, which is normally where I have foundation will go away really quick there, and it didn't do that. And I feel like the coverage is still there. It's just, there's just something about this foundation that I just don't like the way it looks on my skin that much. It does kind of gather in dry portions. I hope you can see that there. How it sits right here on my lip. It sits kind of funky on my lips, above my lip here. And that could be because I have like dry skin there, but it kind of separates and does some weird stuff right there. And it's done that every single time that I've worn it. So it's not like it's just today. I've worn it a few times because I really wanted to figure it out. And I just can't figure out this foundation. I do feel like this would be good for somebody with normal skin. Doesn't have oily skin. Somebody maybe with dry skin. I'm not too sure if you moisturize really well. I did, like I said, exfoliate this morning because I knew that it stuck a little bit to dry patches, and I did moisturize this morning, but it's not my favorite foundation. This is one that I would not suggest for people unless you know exactly this is something that works for you. Let me know if this works for you, if you tried it out. For me, it's just not my foundation. It's not something that I would choose to repurchase. But this may work for a lot of people, and I'm sure it has. It just doesn't work for me and my skin type. So I'm probably gonna pass this on to somebody, see if they wanna try it and see if they might like it more than what I do. But that is my review. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you liked this foundation or if you disliked it and the whys you did and didn't. So I hope you guys have a great afternoon. I will talk to you guys sometime with the week, and stay tuned for the side by side. All right, bye.